Hey guys, Dave here, and welcome to the channel. This is going to be an exciting video, not like all the other videos. Today we're going to be getting our butt kicked. Even with a really cool motion rig, there is still something missing. So I got these. I got two of them because if something's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So what I bought was a Buttkicker Gamer 2. Now initially I only bought one of them, but after trying it out, holy cow. This thing was awesome. So I got another one right there. So I got one in the back, one in the front. They come with, each of them come with a little amplifier. It's about 90 watts. All you need is a channel to come into the amplifier, and that's coming from a sound card. And then you got the output, which goes to the actual butt kicker. So what you need in order to hook this up is a sound card. So I bought this external sound card. It's a USB. I got it off of Amazon. It was only about maybe 13 bucks. The output of the sound card goes directly into here, into these splitters. So it's a 2-channel sound card. I've got one channel going to the bottom butt kicker, or the back one, and then I've got the other channel from the sound card going to the front butt kicker. Yeah, you might not believe just how cool these things are, but I drive in VR with Oculus Rift CV1. So anything that I can do to make it more immersive, I'm going to do that, because I just want to have fun and get in this thing and make it feel as real as I can. So I bought one, put it in the back, I turned it on. Immediately I turned everything up, and it shut down the butt kicker because I had the sound too high. So one of the things you want to do is turn your sound on your sound card down just a little bit, maybe 75%. And then everything was fine. And then I turned everything off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up the butt kicker one action at a time. And this is going to make it a lot more realistic, rather than having the thing buzz at every dip in the road, every single road noise and engine RPM. Let's get into it. And just to show you what these things do, they vibrate. So I have set up this little experiment. See those little pieces of plastic in there? That's vibration, and that translates directly to you. When you go over a bump, it'll do that. If you set it on something a little bit lower, it might only do that. So let's open up SimHub. I'm going to show you how to set it up one action at a time so they're distinct and you can feel them while you're driving. All right, so I have SimHub hooked up here. And the first thing I want to do is go to the Shake It Bass Shakers tab. And we're going to have to select the output card. So the one that I bought, the one that I plugged in, is a USB plug-and-play audio device. And I want to enable the output. You could also enable it with this button. Now, you could hook it up front and rear or mono. We could go ahead and test them now. I just got to turn the power on. And we're going to go ahead and test them now. Okay, that's mono. So left and right, you could do the left one and the right one, or front and rear. That's the way that I have it hooked up. So the front and then the rear. But the coolest way is that you could do it custom. So that's the way that I hook it up. That way I can kind of get a little bit more of a fine-tune adjustment on everything. But you can do it either way. So we go to the effects profile to enable the different types. I went ahead and made a new profile called AC1. There's no effects in here at all. You can turn this up to 100 global if you wanted to. I'm going to leave it about 75. We're going to add our effects. So the first effect that we want to do the one that makes the most sense right away is the gear shift. So we just go ahead and click gear shift and add, and we're going to go ahead and test it by shifting our gears or by just testing it this way. And it's actually going to be shaking that little cup pretty good. So if I do this, so I do have the screen running over here for Assetto Corsa. I put it on 800 by 600, and so the best way to set these up is to be driving over here and watch your outputs and how they're affecting the game and everything you feel over here. So when I make a shift, I feel a nice little clunk clunk because I'm going in between neutral and another gear. Same with downshifting. And I definitely can feel that. Put it back in neutral. All right, so when you're adding effects, go ahead and add them one at a time. So we're going to go ahead and shut that one off, and we're going to add another effect. So we're going to we could add road vibration, because when you're driving down the road, you do feel different things. Road impacts, how about that? So if you hit bumps, other different things like the curbs. So we go ahead and add that, and let's take a look at the sound output. So I have two channels. Once again, I have a front and I have a rear. And you can see that thing buzzing around in the rear. Road impacts, I only want it in the front. So I don't want to feel them when I'm doing a burnout or something like that. Just because I have traction loss already, and it just becomes a little bit too much. So I want to turn on just the front left and front right. And once again, this is a custom map channel. You could do it mono, left and right, front, rear, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so let's go to the effect profiles. Let's look at road impacts. And for the left and right, those are going to my front, the front shaker. I'm going to turn that down. I do want them to hit right away. So I want, as soon as it comes in, I want to feel something. And I guess that's the way to describe this. It's a straight curve. So the more impact it is, the more force you're going to feel. And it's going to be, over time, it's going to be right away. So, and a minimum force of 0. Now these things here, you're going to have to mess around with. The main thing is, this is going to add a lot of immersion to your racing. So let's go ahead and just test this one out. Once again, I'm back up the straight. So I shouldn't be feeling anything right now. I am feeling something, and I shouldn't be. Right there I should, sure. And right there I should. So it's potentially, this thing is either on output of a little bit too high. I just want to feel it on the curbs. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I can feel that on the curbs. And once again, you're just trying to get a little bit more information. And when you're running in VR, this is super important, and it just really helps out a lot. All right, so let's go to the next effect. I'm going to turn this one off. I'm going to add an effect called, okay, so road vibration. So provides localized road vibration based on suspension telemetry. So all of these different things you can add. The more you add, the more muddy it's going to get. So I would suggest that less is definitely more. And once again, we're going to look at the sound output. Road vibration. I don't really want that on my front butt kickers. So it's going to try to do 4 channels. So I want them on the rear left and rear right only. So like road impacts, I only want them on the front left and front right. Road vibration, rear left, rear right. And we'll go to the effects profile and test it. Not really sure. We don't need 90%, I don't think, on vibration. But we're going to check it out and see how it feels. Once again, everything is turned off over here except for this one effect. So, and that may be just a little bit much. I'm feeling things right now. Don't really need to be feeling them. Stop it. All right. Stop, Jen. Well, it's giving you a lot of information telemetry wise. So you just kind of have to mess around with these things, and it feels okay. Like I can feel different things going on. But once again, less is more. So I'm going to turn this down so it's not always going off. Maybe a little bit more than that. And once again, you're going to want to do this whole thing while you're driving. So set up a small screen and a large screen. And the whole goal is better immersion. Having fun, and yeah, these butt kicker things, they are freaking great. I love them. So I'd give the Buttkicker Gamer 2 big thumbs up. And hey, make sure that you give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I like producing this type of content for you guys, you sim racers. And the only way that YouTube knows that you guys like it is if you subscribe and like. So appreciate it if you could. Just hit that button. Anyway, the best thing that I found, or the second best thing next to the motion sim, is the butt kicker. That thing, trust me, they add a lot of immersion. And if you start your rig and you start driving and you figure out that, hey man, something's wrong with this thing, it's just not acting right, you probably forgot to turn on the butt kickers. So it's just that type of device. Not very expensive. I think mine were like 150 bucks, and I bought them during the pandemic. So, and they shipped them right out. So not a big deal. I bought the first one, and hey, it convinced me to buy the second one for sure, because I wanted at least 2 of them. Now I may mess around and buy a couple other things, but for right now, this is perfect. I hope this video has helped, and Dave out.